All right. So some people want to see the build. I'm gonna put up a build planner as well, so you can follow that instead. But I'm just gonna show it now. So I switched, as someone mentioned in the comments as well, to Air of Perdition instead of Andariel's. It works better. Just 60x multiplier just deals more damage. Um, but yeah, I showed the gear last time, but I'm just gonna go through it, maybe talk to it. Here, you would probably want a all stats on the shroud, if you could, and then max that one out. I don't have it, so yeah. And just willpower GA on everything. As long as you want armor on one of these two pieces at least. And then because of your Grizzly Rage giving 30% armor, you see I have 700 now. I just press Grizzly Rage and I'm capped. So one armor and you don't really have to think about it anymore. And then you got one to as well for the red damage reduction and the 20x. And of course, the Grizzly Rage becomes a werewolf skill on the boots, so you can actually use your spells. On the weapon, you want to go for willpower again and max that one out, and then put the poison damage conversion on your weapon. Um, you want rabies duration as much Grizzly Rage duration as well. I'm using San here. No, here. No. Okay, never mind. On bossing, I'm using San to keep on the up the Grizzly Rage while I'm doing pits or anything else. It doesn't really matter because I'm killing stuff and Grizzly Rage will get refreshed no matter what. So, but duration and rabies duration is pretty nice. Um, and then you want on your amulet, you want the toxic claws as a GA, and then you want quick shift. I got Envenom here, but I'm just trying out another build, so I didn't really want to spend gold and the time to get quick shift on it again. But I had it before. Um, so you want toxic claws as a GA and Venom, and then willpower. I didn't. The willpower ones are too expensive, so or there wasn't even one out, so I bought this one instead. But yeah, the most ideal one is willpower, quick shift, and then GA toxic claws. And then for the same, you want Gristle Rage cooldown and duration. And then Hunter Zenith. This one you want the quick shift to as a GA, and the other ones don't matter too much. But I mean, if you get a quick shift and a willpower, that would be even better. But we want to max out the quick shift as I've done. This one even gives you overpower, so it makes your Grizzly Rage duration even longer, which is nice. I think you want to Starless Guys for the just 50x. There's not many aspects that you can use to increase the damage of poison. Like this one is pretty unreliable. Like every 7 seconds, you gain a multiplication, but I couldn't really find anyone else that was too good. Maybe like the primary, or you get like a skill damage for. I've tested it, but this one feels the best at least. But there's some option. I'll write it out in the build planner. For this one, you want to max out attack speed. As long as you get a GA attack speed, that's fine. And then you want to max. I haven't done it on this one because I've spent way too much. I'm gonna keep trying to get attack speed, but it's hard, man. Um, and then for the skills, you want to get maul, so you can, when you're out of before you engage, you always want to get your quick shift stacks up. So you want to maul, shred until you have 6 stacks. You want to do that for the Beastal Rampage as well, so you get 40% damage in your werewolf form. Um, so after that, we go down here, get the poison shred things. Uh, I mean, these don't matter too much, but there's not much else to take, so I took the crit ones and the digigrade thing. Then you go to pick these up. You want the bloodhound. You want the poison creeper, not for anything specific. Just because you can use them in Grizzly Rage, which is nice. Pick up this, and then you want to go rabies, and then you want to go the rabies deals its poisoning in 4 seconds, of course. You want to max out Toxic Claws and this one as well, and Venom. Then you want to go down here and max out Quick Shift, obviously. Get as many points as you can on Gritty Rage. Go down here and then take Bestial Rampage. For the Paragon, I'm going to put it on the build planner, but basically want for the I'm just going to show you the glyphs at least. You want the Bane glyph, so you get more poison damage, and it's able to proc twice. It would be very nice if they increased the chance from 15%. That wouldn't be too bad, to like 50% or something. You want this, the werewolf one, so you do more damage in werewolf and take less damage. Then you want this one, the Fang and Claw, for more damage in werewolf, of course. And then you want this one. You and your companions deal increased non-physical damage, because all you do in Gristle Rage is poison damage. Everything you do with this aspect. So anything physical is not good. And then you want the key. Wait, that was yeah. Then you want the tracker one. Poisoning damage effect lasts longer, which I've mostly read, tried to find out how like rabies duration and poisoning duration effects. And from what I found out, I don't know, it increases the damage. That's basically the conclusion that I've gotten from trying to research it. Um, but yeah, so that's the glyphs. And then I'm just going to show you one more thing. And that's probably going to be the video after that. So when you're bossing, as I mentioned before, you want this one and the rabies on your neck or amulet. However, when you're doing pits and everything else, you want to switch um, your neck or amulet to this one, aspect of the changeling depth. So you deal damage when they're crowd control, and as long as they're slowed, they're crowd controlled. So you want to put that on the amulet and get, I think it's 90%, 98% more damage. And that's why we're running Petrify as well on this one. Yeah. So in pits, because slows doesn't apply to bosses and stuff, so you want to try and stagger them as fast as possible. So you use Petrify for that. As you saw in the last video with the pit, I just kept petrifying them fairly quick at least, and then when they were staggered, the damage increased, yeah, 100 times. Um, and then so you want to get that there, and then you want to put the rabies one on your gloves instead, like this. The rabies and this one. And for the jewelry sockets, Horadric jewels, you want the infusions are 150 times stronger. You want the damage over time one, of course. And then you want you deal 20 more elemental damage. And I just want to mention something as well. Before, I thought um, that this build was dealing damage through rabies, but it's actually more of your Horadric. It's this one that deals the damage. So I'll show you. I'll show you just spamming rabies on him, and then compare it to when I'm using my thing. So you see, it doesn't really do any damage, which is so annoyingly bad. So I can maybe get up to 40 mil with just rabies, but now when I proc my thing, my Horadric thing spell, I start dealing a lot more damage. And you'll see when it's stunned, it's going to be even more. Yeah, like, but you still want to use rabies though. You see, I got 4 build proc there, but so it can work, but it's annoying that it's not the druid spell that's dealing damage. It's this one. But I mean, it's a poison build, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I'll put up the build planner. I'll start making it and put it in the description when I post the video. Have a good one. See you next video.